Y'all, I think I need therapy because why am I agreeing more and more with Nick Fuentes every single day? I have an issue. I have a problem. But let's go ahead and check out this clip of Erika Kirk talking about JD Vance and comparing it to Charlie Kirk. It's very weird. And also, we're going to check out this clip from Nick Fuentes from a couple of days ago. And mind you, everybody has now been talking about how Erika and JD Vance possibly got some kind of thing going. Y'all, it's weird. Let's go ahead and watch this clip together, though. Here we go, you guys.
No one will ever replace my husband. No. But I do see some similarities of my husband in JD and Vice President JD Vance. I do. And that's why I'm so blessed to be able to introduce him tonight, because he understands the fight that we're up against, and he can articulate that in a way that transcends race, that transcends demographic backgrounds. He's an amazing man. No one will ever replace my husband.
Nick Fuentes is right about something. This lady is a plant. She didn't give a damn about Charlie. Let's get into it, y'all. All right, everybody, what's up? It's your boy AT2 here. Now, we're going to go ahead and do a reaction to this clip that I've seen from Nick Fuentes where he basically calls Erika out for being a plant. And we have been saying this for, well, hell, since Charlie Kirk passed away. The way she's moving and everything like that, and how MAGA and Trump are so involved with Turning Point, and it's just weird. It's very weird. She's not moving like a widow. And let's be honest, how is a widow supposed to move, right? Everybody grieves differently, but they don't grieve like this. I can tell you that. Let's go ahead and get into this clip, you guys. Here we go.
Skeptical on Kirk being killed by Israel. Yet Erika Kirk's mom worked with Homeland Security and DoD. Her father a chairperson/president for Raytheon Israeli Limited. Easy to find online. This same division that coordinated with Lockheed and built the Iron Dome. Now she is PUSA. Watch it become a pro-Israel advocacy group.
Dude, it is a pro-Israel. What are you talking about? What do you think Turning Point is? Do you think this was the Institute for Historical Research? Was this the Charles Martel Society? Is a Stormfront? Iron March? This is Turning Point USA. It is a pro-Israel advocacy group. What are you talking about? Were you born yesterday? That, like, you guys, that's the part I can't get over. So you're skeptical about Kirk being killed by Israel. Now his wife is taking over. Watch Turning Point become pro-Israel. Dude, they were Zog headquarters. He's coaching Lord Netanyahu on how to rape America with propaganda. What are you talking about? If Turning Point wasn't a pro-Israel outfit, what is a pro-Israel outfit, huh? That's crazy. To the extent, look, Erika Kirk is a spook. I've seen enough. Erika Kirk is a plant. We all know that. That is a fact. That is basically established. She was shopping around for a political husband. God knows where she comes from. She found one in Charlie Kirk. Do you think Charlie Kirk is the Riz master? He's not a good-looking guy. Dude, you know what she said on a podcast? I saw a clip of her on a podcast, and she said, I can't focus with him in the room because I'm just going to be looking at him. Now, that's some good acting. Now, you had me. Then I saw that clip. You know, maybe you had me when she did the first speech next to his chair. But when I saw that clip and she said, I'm not going to be able to focus with him in the room. He's too handsome. It's like, now that's some bad acting. That is some serious, that is a serious acting job. So I think she's a plant, obviously. But does that mean that they took him out to put her in? Not necessarily. I think that it's a political marriage. She's an operative. He's an operative. He happened to be killed. She's going to take over his responsibilities. It is what it is. I agree. I think she is not who she says she is, because there's all these clips coming out. She's in a music video. She's on these reality TV shows. I'm hearing she dated other people in the conservative movement. It's like, why is it that that's always the background? Alex Clark was on a reality show. Now she's doing a Turning Point show. Charlie Kirk's wife was on a reality show and a music video. Now she's a Turning Point. It's almost like you have these women, or people in general, but especially women, who are with a talent agency, or they're with some agency. They'll do anything to be famous. They'll do anything to get in front of the spotlight. And then they find themselves marrying these like conservative guys or doing conservative political shows. Isn't that interesting? Candace Owens is another one. She's another wannabe fame whore, another clout whore. That's just what she is. She's the ultimate clout whore I've ever seen. You know where she came from? She sued one of her classmates for being racist. Then she started a company doxing people for being racist. Then she became the spokesperson of Blexit. So what is with all these conservative women that they'll do anything to be famous? They stumble into conservative politics.
It's also the men, too, come from acting, reality TV. I mean, you look at the president, Donald Trump. Yeah, reality TV. So it's both the men and the women that got this pipeline to republicanism. It's very weird.
And then they marry into political royalty. Candace marries George Farmer. Erika marries Charlie Kirk. That's what's suspicious about all this. Charlie Kirk was a shill. Doesn't deserve to die, but that's what he was. His wife was put with him in an arranged marriage. That could not be more obvious. With each passing day, you know, for 1 week, nobody wanted to say it. Then the memorial, people questioned the fireworks. Then they kept pushing, and people started to say, all right, you know what? Go Ducks? Really? You see that? Then we start seeing the clips. Then we start finding out the parents' background, her background. Now people are saying, all right, enough. If she want to be the widow, whatever. But she seizes control of the group. They start pushing her everywhere, and that's what it is. It's a calculated political breakout moment. All right, well, now you need to be scrutinized. And people are finding it to be very clear what she represents. Yeah, I'm fully on board that train at this point. People made it out like they were... It's so ridiculous. They made it out like this was a couple that was converting to Catholicism, okay? They said she's a traditional Catholic. He was converting. He was on the verge of turning against Israel. We found out none of that is true. She's an apostate. She was Catholic, became non-denominational. He was not going to convert at all. He was non-denominational too. They were not turning against Israel at all. We don't know who she is. She took over from him. That's who these people are. That's what they were then. That's what they are now. Is it tragic that he died? Absolutely. It's terrifying that there's going to be more political violence. I hope that's not the case, but let's just be so for real. Let's be so honest about what happened. Now that the dust has settled, we could be a little bit more direct here.
Yeah. You know, I know it's been this conversation. Everybody has been blaming this on Israel. And I'm all like, I don't think we need to go to a foreign land to look anywhere, you know, about a foreign country doing anything to us. I think it was within the house. And, you know, regarding the Israel thing, I know Candace Owens had put out the messages about, oh, yeah, see, he said that he was done with the donors, you know, because they're trying to push him. And once you push him, blah, blah, blah. But let's not forget, he basically wrote this letter to Benjamin Netanyahu saying, like, we need to work on propaganda as far as pushing, you know, pro-Israel content. And it seemed like there was this, you know, we have to push this whole pro-Israel movement. Like, yes, he would call out the devastation in Gaza. However, he was tied to Israel, basically. And like you see that with his donors. Even with Bill Ackman, he had this whole training camp with a whole bunch of creators. And one of the things that they talked about was the whole Israel thing. So again, like he was heavily involved trying to be pro-Israel. At the same time, he realized, okay, well, I got to also take the operative and go with the other side and hear them out and what they're saying too. Now, I do believe that there was obviously, with evidence, we see that he was like, and it had an internal battle, right? But at the same time, he was going to be loyal to Israel. Like, let's just put that out there. And Erika, she's going to be loyal to Israel as well too. And that's basically how it's going to be. But I want to go back to this in regards to Erika being a plant. I don't know how you cannot think that she isn't a plant with the way that she is moving. That whole WWE WrestleMania memorial that they had was disgusting. A beautiful memorial, but disgusting in the way that this was basically right-wing MAGA propaganda. That's what it was. Trump basically glazed himself, and Erika basically agreed with him. And just, because why did Trump go last to speak? And then he brought her out on stage and they did this hug and he's all smug and smiling. And Erika's like, ooh, it was just weird. Everything about it was weird. And knowing that she basically was a girl who was around just trying to get famous, yeah, I can kind of see her being with Charlie Kirk, and especially in Nick ain't shit. We already know Nick Fuentes ain't shit. But when he said, yeah, she said, oh, yeah, it's hard for me to concentrate with you in the room, or whatever she was saying, like talking about how good looking Charlie Kirk was. Yeah, obviously she was lying. I hate that I laughed at that, but bet you lying. And now, this JD Vance was just like my husband, and now you're glazing JD Vance. And all of this is promotion for the White House. And granted, Turning Point basically was to help Donald Trump get reelected. It didn't start out that way, but hey, Turning Point had a heavy influence in the election, right? So with that being said, I get why they still have that connection, but just it's a lot too quick. Literally within the next week after Charlie Kirk was assassinated, y'all then had special guests doing shows on Charlie Kirk's show, and everything is just moving too fast. There was no break. All gas, no break. Like, there was not like, okay, we need to sit down, we need to strategize. Maybe we need to change the way we do things, put out more love, maybe more reference to God, Jesus. Like, it was basically like, oh no, we're turning the wheel. We got to keep this machine moving. Granted, Turning Point is a business, but it would not have been as big as it was if it wasn't for Charlie Kirk. We got to be honest about that. Erika, I hope the rumors ain't true that, you over there messing with that married man. And now you got, what's JD Vance's wife name? What's her name, y'all? Why can't I think of her name? It's something easy too. JD Vance's wife. Usha. Usha. Yeah. Usha have been looking stressed lately, y'all. That woman has been looking stressed. Pray for Usha. Am I saying her? Usha Vance, Mrs. Vance, the second lady. Pray for her, y'all. That's all I gotta say. All right, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Please go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. I know this show was messy, but hey, somebody had to say it. That lady is a plant. Talking about Erika Kirk.